Hello everyone. In the last video you learned how to set up a slideshow, a custom slideshow that is. In this video you're going to learn how to rehearse the timings of a slideshow. Rehearsal is very important. You need to be prepared before you do your presentations, and you want to rehearse it as many times as possible until you become totally comfortable with the presentation before an audience. And so if you click on the slideshow tab, and again I have the advantages and disadvantages of PowerPoint open, click on the slideshow tab, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click on rehearse timings. But first I'm going to show you something. If you click on transitions, and then notice over here on the far right hand side on the advanced slide, and if you didn't cover this video, go back and look at transitions and timings video. This is where PowerPoint will automatically advance the slides for you. And so I want you to pay attention to the fact that we don't have any numbers here. They're all zero. And even if I clicked on slide 2, it's the same thing. So it's nothing there. But let's go back to slideshow. When we set up these timings, PowerPoint will automatically put the timings in the transition advancement section of PowerPoint. And so we'll see that in just a second. So click on rehearse timings, and what's going to happen is PowerPoint is going to automatically take us into slideshow. Notice the number there, it's counting the amount of time we're spending on this slide. And if you want to advance to the next slide, then you would click this arrow right here. If we wanted to pause the recording, we could pause it, and then we could resume recording. And so all it's doing is it's not recording your voice, but it's recording the amount of time you spent on the slide. So I'm going to go to the next slide, clicking that arrow, and then it's still recording the amount of time I'm spending on this slide. And it's also applying this time to the advanced part of transitions. So I'm going to go to the next slide, and it's going to do the same thing. It's still recording that time. And so when you're done, once you get to the very end of your presentation, then or you can click close right here. Notice it'll say, basically it gives you the total amount of time, and then it asks you, do you want to save the new slide timings? We're going to click yes. And so now go back to the transitions tab. I'm on slide 1. Look over here to the right. Notice the time that was put in here. If I click on slide 2, it's going to be the same thing. We have some timing in here. And so if we go into slideshow, I'm going back to slide 1, and then I'm going to click on the slideshow icon in the bottom right hand corner. We go into slideshow. Now we could pretty much rehearse this with the timings that were placed in there. We could rehearse the slideshow and not even have to worry about touching the mouse or pressing the space bar on your keyboard as it relates to advancing the slides, because PowerPoint will automatically advance the slide as you notice there. It advanced the slide. It's going to move you forward in the presentation. It's kind of a hands-off approach as it relates to worrying about when should I click and all of that. But when you have your timings down as it relates to rehearsing them, you pretty much, it's really easy to do. I'm going to hit the escape key to come out of it. Now go back to slideshow. What if you want to go back and basically you want to remove those timings? Then we will go to record slideshow, and then click on, or move your cursor down to clear. And we can either clear the timing on the current slide or on all slides. Let's clear the timing on all slides. So when we go back to transitions, notice there's nothing there. We go to slide 2, nothing there. We can click on all of the slides, and all of the timings have been erased from the presentation. And so that's how you can rehearse your timings in PowerPoint.